Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. And we're kind of in the home stretch with Mozart. Maybe another half a dozen videos or so. Who knows? But we're getting there. We really are. It's kind of amazing. I'm impressed that we actually are getting through this. There's so much more to come. M is such a fruitful letter of the alphabet, isn't it? Anyway, let's get started, shall we? Mozart Complete Concertos, Piano Concertos, Volume 1, with Christian Zacharias and the Lausanne Chamber Orchestra, Orchestre de Chambre de Lausanne. It's easier to say it in French, isn't it? Really is. Anyway, here we have Piano Concertos numbers 27 and the E flat, Gershel 482. Okay, so 482 and E flat. Which one is that? That's like number 22, right? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, 22 is lovely. Number 27, a little precious, perhaps. I think these performances generally in the series would have benefited from having a separate conductor in charge of the orchestra. You know, Zacharias, however you want to pronounce it, he did these before, or a lot of them for EMI. And those earlier recordings, I think, were somewhat fresher. And possibly the reason is because he was too busy with, trying to manage the orchestra and the piano and the keyboard at once. But they're on MD&G. They're very nicely recorded. They're beautiful performances. I mean, don't get me wrong. We'll all have our personal preferences. Then we've got Kubalik. Kubalik doing the G minor and the Jupiter with the Bavarian Radio Symphony Orchestra on Orfeo. These are like live things, and it's so nice to have Kubalik live. These are long performances. He takes piles of repeats. Oh my. Jupiter is 40 minutes long. The G minor is 35 minutes long. I like them. I don't like all the repeats, but I like the performances otherwise, so those are fun to have. And then we have a Zalber flute. This is the famous George Sell magic flute. Yes, with Kurt Böhme, Leopold Simino, Hans Hodder, Erika Kurt, Lisa Della Casa as Pamina. Yeah, Walter Berry is Papageno. Graziella Sciuti is Papagena. And the Vienna Phil. This was from 1959, the Festspiel House. And it's in mono, of course, and it sounds somewhat grotty, but, it was Sell, and you don't get much Sell complete operas. So that's a thing worth hanging on to. Back to MD&G, Mozart's Complete Quintets. Well, here we have the Clarinet Quintet and the Horn Quintet with Ensemble Villa Musica. The clarinetist is Ulf Rodenhäuser, and the hornist is Radovan Vlatkovic. They're very, very good performances. They really are. They're excellent, absolutely excellent. And I was collecting this series for a while because, or at least bits of it, because it was one of those ways to get some interesting Mozart chamber music that was, outside of the Philips Mozart edition, things that weren't so easy to find back in the day. Let's see. Mozart arias and duets with Christoph Gens and Stefan Gens, Sigiswald Keuken, and La Petite Band. And there they are. It's tenor and baritone, arias and duets. So this is fun. There's all kinds of stuff here. We've got, let's see, Così fan tutti things and some concert arias and Don Giovanni and Davide Penitente and like all kinds of different things. Nice disc. What was it on? Deutsche Harmonie Mundi. Yeah, that's okay. Hyperion, the piano quartets. Oh, I love the piano quartets. These are such marvelous pieces. They really are. And they are the greatest piano quartets before Brahms, went and did something similar, probably. Yes, they're amazing. There's the G minor, the E flat major. Paul Lewis is the pianist. He's an excellent pianist. And the Leopold String Trio on Hyperion. A very, very, very enjoyable disc. Then we've got, okay. These three are all clumped together. The Linos Ensemble of woodwind instruments doing woodwind highlight versions You know, these are how people did operatic greatest hits in those days. You arranged them for something. And in this case, the something is Wind Ensemble. The arrangements are by Johann Nepomuk Wendt, circa 1782, for The Marriage of Figaro and Die Entführung, the abduction from the Seraglio, and also Andreas Tarkman from 1991. Well, that's a little more recent, isn't it? Not everything got arranged, but there's this one. So you get those two operas. These are all in Capriccio, by the way. Don Giovanni by Josef Trebensee from 1787, and Andreas Tarkman from 1991. This is to fill out the disc with, you know, more stuff. And the ensemble, in case you're curious, is a couple of oboes, a couple of clarinets, a couple of horns, two bassoons, and a contrabass. And oh, I love these arrangements. I really do. They're just adorable. They're wonderful to listen to, relaxing and fun. Then we've got, let's see, Magic Flute, Joseph Heidenreich from 1792. And, of course, Andreas Tarkman from 1991 for Così fan tutti and the rest of the Magic Flute. Interesting that Così did not achieve the popularity of Marriage of Figaro and Don Giovanni because everybody considered the plot to be frivolous and sexual. Of course. Then, last but not least, oh, yes, look at this. Karl Ancherl with some amazing soloists. We've got Mozart, Violin Concerto No. 3 with David Oistrakh. Not so bad with the Czech fill. Ooh, it's yummy. Oistrakh, of course, made a habit of doing Mozart concerti. Sometimes he conducted them from the violin, like with the Berlin Philharmonic, and sometimes not. But boy, did he play these pieces beautifully. And the bassoon concerto, which is delicious, with Karl Bidlow, bassoonist, and this is coupled with the Voracek Symphony in D major. A lovely, lovely disc. I think some of this is mono, is it not? Yes, it is mono. In fact, the whole thing is mono, but we don't care, because they are great performances with the Czech fill and top form and marvelous soloists and a great conductor and what the hell. And so there you have it, my friends. The next batch of Mozart from the Overflow room. Keep on, reams of Mozart from the room. There we go. Keep on listening, and thanks for joining me. Take care.